Okay, today we'll repeat the queries preparation. Last time we have seen the query making, right? So we'll do the same thing now. Same thing now today. So we'll get familiar and also we'll do more. What is more? Before you know how to make a simple query, we can make query with 2 tables and also with 3 tables. And we have seen a little bit of how to set a criteria, right? So we'll do the same, but we'll extend our practical application. Okay. As I told before, we have tables, forms, queries, and reports. These are the 4 elements of MS Access database. We know tables, we know forms, now we know queries. The balance is reports. Okay. So we'll go to the database. You see here what we have created last time. Suppose this one we said Indian employee list. So if you click, automatically it gives from the database the records. It will give only Indian employees. So you click of a button, you can hit. So for example, UAE employees, it gives only UAE employees. This is how the benefit of query. Without the query, you cannot get this data from the table. So what we do now, we'll take so you can minimize this query forms. You see now, you see all of them here. Tables, queries, forms, all of them. Easily you can see here. And whatever you want, you can select. For example, you want to select the tables, then you just go and press this arrow. It gives you directly the objects we have in that. So let us take the tables. Okay, the tables. So let us say we want to make a data filtering. So let us say the design data. Let's take design table. See, table design. So here we have, what do we have here? The data related to, say, process. So we have one design sheet, and then we have the wire drawing data, microprocessor data, installation data. Suppose you want to create a query. How do you create it? Now, once you open the table, this is one way of doing it. So you go to create. Okay, then you have here the queries. You have the options here. As you can see here, the query. You see here the queries. So in this query wizard and query design, only 2 options are available for you there. So let us take the query wizard you can take. Okay. Then when you click, it will open the pop-up. Say here, simple query wizard, cross tab query wizard, find duplicate spell. So these 3 we can do it later. Now let us be familiar with how to create a simple query from simple query. So you can see here what is written here. This wizard creates a select query from the fields you pick. This is what is saying. Okay. So say okay. Now what is going here? Tables, queries, it is showing here. Means you can select a query or table. So if you go to this drop down here, it is giving all the tables we have. See how many tables we have, it gives all the tables. And then the queries we have. You see how many queries we created, all the queries are here. Now we can take the one table. So let us say table design, the design data sheet, design data. Okay. So when you click select this one, then you have the fields, different fields are there. Design sheet number, process name, parameter, whatever the fields you have in the design sheet, the table, you will get it. So what fields you want, you can choose. If you want all the fields, just double click the single click the double arrow. See, all will come on time. Now you don't want few of the things, just say go to that one and say remove this one. You can remove it. So this only will appear in the query. So you go to next. So it will ask you what title you want for the query. So if you want, you can put, say, the cable design data query. You can replace this TBL with the QRY. This is one way you can say it. Okay. Now here is giving two buttons. One is modify the design, other one is open the query with information. So if you say open the query with the information, it will give the data directly. You see, it has given the data. So this data is all the data, no filtering. So you have 18 records here, you will get 18 records. Okay. Now, this is no difference between the table and query. But what is the purpose of query? We want a particular data to be filtered. Okay. Now, how do you filter? For example, you see here, there is a, what is the parameter here? Cable size, conductor class, cable diameter. Suppose I want to know cable diameter, only parameter to be filtered. How do you filter? See, if you want to filter, you can filter here. Go here and tick the one we want. For example, cable diameter. So it gives only cable diameter. You see here. So the filtering is possible. But if I don't want to filter it, I want to have this data directly. How can you do it? So this query, what you can see here, one more description here. Whatever the name you have given, you see it is appearing here. Query design data query. So what we do now? You go to design. Okay, you can go do a design. How you can go? You can go to home and you can view and design. What is showing here? It is showing the table we have selected. Okay, this is the, you can expand the table by just putting the mouse up and down like this you can do. Okay. Now, whatever the fields, table fields, it's all showing here. And automatically it has dropped here. Now, if you don't like some of them to be displayed, what we said is just untick this one. If you untick this, it will not show. See the difference. Now, suppose you have ticked this one and you come to one top screen here. See, when you were designing the query, you see so many options here. You see here, these options, they all can be used when you are running the query, you are designing the query. You can use all of them. You can use them. So let us say you want to run the query, means you don't want to close this design view. You don't want to close it, but you want to see what is the result of this one. So go here. You can see here there is a exclamation mark, run. You see this one? Run. So you go there and click run. It gives the data. You see, you are giving data. Means you can test the query before even implement it. So what do we do again? We want to make some change. You want to see how it will react for the change what you're making. So you go to design view. Now, let us say you need to come to the parameter, say parameter, this is parameter, okay? This parameter, you want the cable diameter to be displayed. So it is displaying all, right? Now, if you go and run it, it is displaying all the parameters. Cable size, cable conductor class also. I want cable diameter only. Now you have option. One option is that you can just copy this field completely. Say control C. Then you come here, put inverted commas, and then paste it. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to filter the data related to from all the data, only conductor diameter data. So which field we are using here? You are using the criteria field. This is blank. So this is where you can use the criteria. All this line, you can use the criteria for which you have the fields. So I pick up a parameter, and the parameter, now I chose conductor diameter. Now you want to see what is the result. So go and run. Now it is showing you what? only conductor diameter. Okay. Now, suppose say you don't want to write and you want to very simply say whatever is coming diameter. I need all parameter with diameter. Then what I do, I put a star, inverted commas, and then star and diameter. If you say this, it automatically turns into like. So you can type like means if it is not a fixed one, you have multiple characters, then you can say like this one. So now you run it. What will happen? See. Now you see conductor diameter, wire diameter, conductor. So the other thing added here, wire diameter. You see here, because we said anything with diameter and other characters anything. That's why it is giving you all the data with parameter diameter. Is it clear what I said so far? Is it clear? Do I need
Yes,
to?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now we said like. Now if I put a simple word, not like, what will happen? I simply change not like. It has to give all the data without diameter. So now we run. You see here, there is no diameter word here. So with the same criteria, you can play like, not like, fixed. So there are so many multiple options here, right? Now let us say I want to add one more criteria. This is one criteria. This is only one field criteria. But you have other fields, unit of measurement, process, and say design sheet number. Now you want to add, say, I want to only process of mica. Let us say I want only mica process data, only I want it. So what do we do? Again, go to process here. Now, again, I'll put inverted commas. I will say mica. Okay. Now, this word is sufficient for me. Whatever is coming later, if I have so many other words, then I put a star, which means it will cover any process which has a starting with mica. Or if you want to write mica taping, you can say right. Okay, now let us run what happens. So there is one criteria for this parameter, other criteria for this parameter. So what do we expect? Any parameter measured on mica processing and which is not diameter. Okay, will it come? Let us see. Oh, yeah. So you have mica process. Okay, and then you have tape width you're measuring, thickness you're measuring, tape weight you're measuring. So these are all not related to diameter. You see here now what happened. There is one parameter with the diameter over mica. Why it came like that? Because we put here the star before diameter. Means we are saying whatever is coming before diameter, there could be anything. But after diameter, there is nothing. Now, if I change the star, let us say I change the star from here to the last. Are you getting my point? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I change the star from here to here and say I not like means not like. Now let us run what happens. So it is now it is not giving any diameter part because we have said after diameter we put the star. So it will diameter will not come and after anything it will not come. So again, for example, I say like instead of not like, I say like. So you have two parameters here, mica and diameter, any other parameter. So what happens you see here? So you have only one parameter, diameter or mica. So we was say diameter, like diameter, star we said, right? After diameter, you have over mica. So it is coming. Okay. So this is how you set the criteria and this is how you make a single query. Now, if you want to add one more criteria, for example, say here, there is unit of measurement. Okay. Now, I will remove, for example, okay, not I will remove this. Let me remove this one. Okay. Now, for the mica process, if you run it again, it is giving how many records? There are 5 records. Now, I want to have only unit of measurement mm only displayed. I don't want other one. So what I do, go again to the parameter, which is UOM, and say, I want like, you can say like, inverted commas, mm, which means it has to display me mica process and the parameter, which is only mm. So if you run it, you see, it is giving only mm and this mica process. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everything you think of putting the conditions possible here. Now, if you do not want to put the process name, just remove it. Then it will give all the parameters to measure with mm. See here while drawing mica installation. So this is how you set up the simple query. Now let us close this. So when you want to close it, say save it. Okay, we saved it. Now close this one. Now let us say we have two tables. So I want to have the data from both the tables. So last time you have seen there is a table design sheet header. So let us click this one. What happens? So it is giving you two records, A and B, design sheet A and design B. And it is giving only description for you. Here you have description, revision number, cable code. But I want to have design parameters. But these design parameters are in different places, not in this table. So let us say I close it. Okay. Now there is another one, I guess. Okay. Now I'll go to design sheet data. So this is design sheet data. So this is the data I have. Okay. Here, what do I have? I have the design sheet number and then the different parameters. I have the parameter and then data. But now here I don't have cable code. Here I don't have cable code. So let us say I want to have a cable code here so that I can read this parameter for which design, which cable. So you understand here, say there is one here, a design. I have a design sheet here, okay? I have a design sheet. And also here, I have a design sheet. But this one has a different parameters. Okay, and the parameters here are not in another table. Here a different. So I want to combine these two. How do I combine? So you'll use a query for combining this one. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to bring these two tables to one query. So let us close this one, these two, and remember the names here. We go to create. Now we will use this time query design. Before we use it query wizard, we'll use query design. So this is also simple and no, not much complexity. So say query design. Now, when you open this one, it is giving you a pop-up and then it is giving you tables, queries, and both. You see, you can see all queries created, all tables created. We can take queries also. We can come to that point later. First, let us understand these tables. What we said, we want to combine the data of two tables. So what are the two tables? So this is one table. I want to take the design sheet, the header new. So once you select this one, say add. So this table will appear here on the screen. And you see always when you create a new query or table, it creates as like you say query one, table one, form one. This is by default it comes here. Then when you save it, it asks, okay, what is the name you want? So we choose this one. So it came here. Now let us choose the other one. What is that? The table which has the data. So the design sheet data new. Then again say add. Now you see automatically the database has linked two fields. Okay, you can drag it down, you can improve and see it, visualize it. What he has done here, in the first one, header, there is a design sheet number, which is a primary key. And then you come here, next one, again you have a design sheet number. So the system is considering these two are common fields which have a equal data. Means if you have one here, you have one here. If you have two here, you have two here. Means it will link both the fields. Now, whatever you want to bring from these two, it all will be linked by this. Means it will pick up the data from design sheet one and it will pick up data from design sheet one and it will display you here. So what do we have here in first one? Say design sheet number. You can double click. If you double click, it will come here. Or just to highlight this one and drag it, you can bring it here. So what do you notice here? There is some specific thing you have to notice. This design sheet is coming from this table. And this field is coming from this table. Because you have two tables, so you have to differentiate which table you are getting the data. So now you have you wanted a design sheet number and cable code, and then I want cable description. Now, if you run this one, now what happens? Just you can run and see what happens here. And you can, I took only 3 fields from this entire table. So run it. So it is giving you the design sheet number, cable code, and description. Okay. Now let us come again to design. Go to design. Now I want the fields from here. Okay, cable type. I already okay. I want cable type. Now you see here it is coming from this table. So it is writing the table name and automatically it is highlighting you show. Please show means it will appear. And then okay, you have already design sheet. So what happens if you add the design sheet? See, if you add design sheet again, you have 2 times design sheet. So there is a design sheet here, which is coming from first table, and this one is coming second table. But do you need it? We don't need, because both the information will be same. Suppose if you run now, what happens? See, you have A001, A001, A001. So you do not need this one. You can pick up either this or this. That's why we need to take only one. So how do you delete it? Put like this and just delete it. You will remove it. Then you can take, okay, I need the process, I need the parameter, I need the unit of measurement, and say I want revision 1, revision 0. Okay, now you can just scroll right and then come to revision 1. You can go on clicking, or you can put all together one time. See, you have all the input. Now you run it. What happens? You see here, you have the cable code, cable description, and then you have the parameters. You see here. So if you want to say, for example, you have for one design, you come here. Okay, is it clear how to combine 2 tables? The information how to combine? Is it clear what I explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if the session ends, we'll restart again. So what we'll do now, we'll save this file. We will save this file. Say, we can say query, okay, design sheet data new. Let us say the new. So it is saved. Now where is it here? You minimize it, go to queries, and this is the one, the new. So you have this data. But now there is something you can also understand from here. Go to again design. Say here design. If you combine, you come here, you see there is a arrow, huh? You will find a small arrow. If you click here, there is an arrow here. But if you click on this, double click this one, it will open up a relationship properties. See here, there is join properties. Join properties means how do you want to join? See, if you can read it here, the left table name is this one, and then left column name. Means this design sheet is the parameter I am combining with the right table name, which is this one, and the parameter I'm combining is this one. Which means if you want, you can choose another parameter also, but whatever is linked only it will show you. Okay, now what is the three conditions we have here? You can see there are three conditions. You can set these conditions. How to combine the data you can choose. Okay, how to combine it is written here. First, if you select the first one, by default it has selected only include rows where joined fields from both tables are equal. Means if you have A001 here, A001 here, then only it will give the data. Both should be having a same design sheet number. Suppose say you don't want to choose the other one, you want to have the second one. We choose second one, include all records from design sheet header. Means from here include all the records. Suppose you have 50 records, include all records, and only those records with the table design sheet new where joined fields are equal. Which means irrespective of whether we have equal or not, here it will give you all the records. But on the right side, it will give only what is equal to this one. For example, you have A001, A002, A03. Then when it gives all the A, B, C, everything. But in the right side, for example, you have only A001. Then it will give only A001 from the right table. Third one, include all the records. Means it will not escape any record from this table, and it will give parameters equal to only this one. So this is to understand. Actually, you have to try different conditions, then we'll understand. But now let us say we have only equal ones. The first one we selected gave equal. Okay, we can test how what I explained. We will test it again using some other additional data entry. But this one, it is, you have option here to select whether you want to all the records, few records, equal records. This basically, if you want equal records, then it will give records. Okay, so this is how you make a query with the two tables. Okay, then we will now, let us say if you have third table, how to do that. So let us create, say now we'll go to table. Okay, I will create one more table. So let us say create, go to create, and then we choose table design. So it gave directly table design to me. Now I will say there is a serial number. So this I will take as a auto number primary key, because a table having a primary key is important. I need to have it. So then I will have a design sheet as design sheet number as one field. Okay, now I want to see what I defined earlier. So let me take the one which we have here. I will take this one also. I'll exactly copy them. So design sheet number, short text, substance text, only field length is so I will take this one. See, there is a 10 field strength and input marks. I put this also will copy. So I want the same field, and I will come here. I'll put in the input mask and I'll make it 10. So do you understand this what I said, what I made here? I am creating a common field which is available in previous two tables, because I want to link this table with the other three tables. Now I want to add here the design sheet prepared by. So I want to add prepared by. So this is the field. It is not there in the previous two tables. So this information I'm capturing separately. So what I do, I will save this one. We're saying table one. So I say TBL. I say creator of design sheet. Okay. Now I have three tables. I want to actually add them. Is it clear what I did? Is it clear? Is it clear what I did?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so we have three tables. Okay. So what is the table? Table creator? I have a design sheet number and prepared by. Okay, this one table, and then I have another table, cable design sheet header. So it is giving me design sheet number, cable code, and this one. This is different data. Now I have another table which is having a data. So I have a design sheet number. See, these fields you can move forward, backward. You know this one. So I keep the design sheet number, and then your table type of cable, all are. So except design sheet, none of the parameters are repeating, right? Design sheet is common here, here, here. Also here. Suppose I want to bring the design sheet first. Okay. So now you have three tables. Now we go to the same query. Just I will minimize this one. Okay. I'll go to same query. I think session will end in 2 minutes. Okay. Again, we can start joining in. You come to the, this is the one we created. So what do you do? Right mouse click and you go to design. Okay. Now you have two tables, right? Now here the two tables are designed by design sheet. Now I want to add one more table. What I do? So we have a one thing you see here. There is a show table. Okay. So go to show table. It will show you all the tables. So we'll take the table we created before. Which one? This one, creator. Add. So, and close this one. What happened? It already took this table. Okay, I will try to minimize this one here. And then you see it already connected. So this is a connection between this table, this table, this table by one parameter. See here. So you have one common parameter, design sheet number. Then you can combine all the data. Now you come back to the, okay, you have free here. Now from the latest one, what I do, I just want to have only prepared by. That's it. Because I have design sheet number already. So now you run, what happens? Okay. Now you will find no data is coming. Why? Because there is no data in the creator. So there is any conditions we have put here? No conditions. So let us close this. Okay. Save this one. Now go to the table which you created, the creator. Okay. Now you add some data here. So you have to say, because there is no design sheet number here, so it is not finding equal one. So let us say A0001. Okay. Prepared by, say, Imad. Let us say. Now let us say B001 prepared by Ibrahim. Okay. Now two people created. Now close this one. So I have the data in all the tables. Now I go back again to the query we have. Which is the query? This is the one. Right. So